Oh, hey there guys, Elton here. I have the privilege today for the third time to look at and ride in a vintage American car. I could say classic, as a lot of you would say, but I don't know if my friends here and his father who owns this car would agree, because the term classic has become very loosely used, like a lot of things today. But I was just excuse me, well, I was just saying though that this car is a product of the malaise era, as it's become known, of the 70s, for so many reasons, because the quality went downhill in production of cars due to the fact that they had to, car companies were forced to make cars safer, better on fuel, and so forth. So they were not, you know, like in the cars from the 60s and earlier, but still, the fact that a car like this exists today is incredible, because station wagons always had the hardest life. And if it wasn't working for families, it was after that working for contractors, and then even ending up in demo derbies. Would you care walking with me here, Mr. Herpa? Yeah. So that I can hear you? So he bought this car new in '75 in the East End, actually.
Late '74, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, you bought it right when it came out?
Yes.
And how long did you have to wait before you received it?
Well, it was in the dealership.
Oh, it was a demo.
Just happened to be there, so it suited my purposes, you know,
right.
So I bought it.
And because it was a demo, did you get any kind of good deal, or?
It wasn't a demo, it was new.
No, it was.
No, he said it was at the dealer already.
It was at the dealer.
Oh, it wasn't a demo, sorry.
But it wasn't a used car.
Right. No, it was brand new. He bought it in the fall of '74. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said demo.
Demo means it's used.
It was already on the lot. It was already available. I like this big handle they have here, you know. It's almost as if they put that there last minute. It's like, hey, geez, you know, Bob, how are you supposed to open this thing? There's no handle there.
Well, that's a good reminder.
Right.
You know how to open the tailgate.
Okay.
And you bought it?
Original, right down to the hubcaps. Seems to be a bit fitting with this neighborhood here in Montreal. And do you know what the name of that blue is, or no?
Yes, it's Horizon Blue.
Horizon Blue, eh? I remember your son recently showed me a picture of when he was a little shit there with the car, and I was like,
I still am a little shit.
Yeah, you bastard. Now you're a big shit like me. But he showed me the picture of him with the car. I was like, wow, that's unbelievable. The car is still in the same condition. Obviously, it's showing a bit of age, because the car does have 200,000 miles.
226,000.
And not only that, as Ed's told me repeatedly, what's amazing is that the car was never garaged. It's only parked under a car park. So that's a big deal, because here in Quebec, I mean, the roads are so tough. The winters are so hard that you could test cars here year long, and it still stayed in pretty good shape. What about the underneath? Is it horrible, or? Looks fine to me. Especially since frames were not amazing in these years, eh? There we go. Look at a little vent window here. That was kind of odd, eh?
Yeah, well, it gives good circulation to the person sitting in the third seat.
You have the third seat, yeah?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, I'm going to look at that in a second. I just wanted to do a quick rock around here. I'm going to guess that your shocks in the front are original, eh? See, it's a Vista Cruiser. I keep saying Cutlass Cruiser, Custom Cruiser. I always screw it up because
Vista Cruiser had the roof rack and the wood.
That's right. And the older Vista Cruisers, they called it a Vista Cruiser because they had those little Vista windows.
Yeah.
Which, of course, they would have kept making those, but, you know, the bean counters got involved, of course, so. It's a good-looking car, you know. It's a very typical 70s American car of that time, where, you know, you would have found station wagons all over the place. And, but again, it just, you know, most of these cars were not kept. They just were worked hard and just done away with, really, you know. Would you indulge me in starting up this bad boy, please? I'd like to hear some music there before we get in there and launch away.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
You can see the frame right from the side here. It's quite visible.
What do you mean the side?
The underneath frame. Under the door, you can see the frame.
So no rust proofing.
I did have Z-bar.
Oh, you had the Zybar. That was the best of its time. Oh my God, that's hot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was a bad idea. Whew. Even the rear door on this side, the door handle's crooked. It must have been a defect. Geez, that's so GM back in those years, eh? The door doesn't line up. It's just, it's no wonder cars like this are so hard to find today.
All the GM cars were like that, though.
Well, it wasn't just GM, just American cars in general were
they
like
were doing
that.
them quickly and cheaply, so
Look at that hard top right here. There you go. No, it's manual windows. Hey, that kid who was riding in his Corvair today, the kid is like, he's rolling down the window. He's like, oh my God, it's amazing electric window. I said, no, that's manual. It's mechanical. He's like, what? Couldn't believe it wasn't electric. Because for these kids today, everything is electric, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. This is interesting. Look how much of a gap there is between the sill plate and the rocker panel. I don't know if that was just the station wagon or, man. I mean, for 200,000 miles, she's really aged well. I mean, look at this. You got your original. What's this here? Some sort of warranty sticker. Yeah, right on. Do you mind if I just have a little look here? Still very comfortable. Very comfortable. But then again, of course, the gentleman doesn't drive this car every day, by the way. Don't kid yourself. This is an occasional driver, eh? Let me just see here.
Well, it was good for the kids at the time because
Of course.
the conditions were favorable for sleeping.
The conditions at that time were more favorable for quite a few things even, eh? Did I just drop something? Oh, very nice. Just get I love that blue. That's such a retro, bygone blue color, eh? You don't mind if I pop the hood open?
you just did.
I know, I just... Excuse me for being forward. Just moving things along, as they say. Maybe it's because I'm so familiar with these types of cars, because my father had a 79 Delta, and oddly enough, when he bought it, it was a similar color, a very typical blue color like that, and then he had it repainted. And there you go.
Notch there you have to catch.
So, in all this mileage, what's the biggest failure there's been on this car? Anything?
Nothing.
Not really, eh?
Nothing.
This is a true General Motors quality right here.
I did have to have the transmission rebuilt, but other than that,
Yeah, transmission's pretty thick. When did you have the tranny rebuilt?
oh gee, I've got the
A few
schedule
times,
at,
though, eh?
Really?
home.
But it wasn't a full rebuild, wasn't it? Some input shaft and a few
Gaskets
thin
and this
gaskets.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, a lot of that was.
I think another big problem is when parking it on a hill, just not using the parking brake, keeping it in park, and then
Oh,
pushing,
yes.
having the whole weight on the
Let me
pin.
just have a
Yeah.
quick look over here. I'm hot just looking at them. Ow! Jesus, Murphy. Okay.
Keep up with them.
I don't like it. I don't think I could. I think they're in some sort of a training or
I don't know
something.
why he's jogging with a full.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hot looking at him. It's like 27
Probably
degrees.
thinks he'll.
Okay, you want to fire her up? Okay. There we go. Did I close that right? No, I didn't. Did I?
I think you gotta.
No, I think I did.
Yeah, that's good.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, because is this fiberglass? I
Yeah.
think so, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna sit in the front.
Yeah.
Sit in the front with your old man there. Come on now.
You're gonna film it from the outside starting up, or what?
Oh, yeah, yes. Now, by the way, guys, I should tell you that this car was top of the line for its model at that time, because it's got the fake wood trim, it's got the luggage rack, It's got the big block V8 engine. Sorry about that. No, that's a standard engine. The big block was probably a 400 or something.
455.
Was it?
That's a 350.
Yeah, that's probably the standard engine. And it's funny I should say that because these were the oil crisis years. So you would have figured they would have had a V6, or a straight 6, but they didn't have that until 78,
this was
77.
downsized because it was a bigger model, which was the custom cruiser.
Yeah.
And that came with the 455. That was longer and bigger.
Yeah,
This
and
was considered mid-size.
yeah, the irony in that, by the way, is by the time this model design came into 77, it was so out of date because in 77 GM shrank all the full-size cars down, the Delta 88, the 98, the LeSabre, all that stuff. So it was and then, of course, the model that this replaced was, you know, arguably for better or for worse, really. I mean, I didn't like the way they looked in the front, but, you know, I'm talking about the 78 and up, you know. But these years were really, I think, the epitome of the 70s, really. Again, it's not full size, but it is today. Today it's a boat. Oh, go ahead and start her up there. I'll get it in just a minute. Just want to get some sounds here from the music, as I call it, from the outside there. It's amazing. I've never met anybody who was the original owner of a car this old, and I really think it's amazing. And you know, that's why I think that Ed's father here he gets the word to get some recognition, because it's just, who the hell's going to keep a Kia for forever, you know, right? Or a Hyundai forever. That's it. They're disposable. If you didn't hear what he says that's why they make them that way today, and he's right. Look at that, purrs like a kitten, purrs beautifully. I don't know why you would have to have a transmission rebuilt more than once, though. That I find surprising. What do you think, Ed?
Well, it wasn't a full rebuild. I think it was gaskets.
Okay, yeah. That's not a big deal. Let's go for a ride, as Chuck would say there. I used to watch his videos there. Wow, I don't remember the last time I rode in the vintage wagon. This is really epic.
Sit in the very back if you want.
No, then I'm gonna feel like I'm 10 or... it's just the bread, yeah, eh? Put that over here.
Maybe put it up here, otherwise you'll forget it.
Because I don't want to step on the damn thing either, right? Alright, I'm gonna roll these down. Look at that, still rolled down perfectly. That's great, considering windows that aren't used much, they don't roll down much. Am I in your way?
Back up and then maybe we can go. We can see if we can take the 20 west, maybe. I'm not sure if we can.
I'll just sit over here, so I'm not in your way.
It's okay, there's nobody.
How about this one? Look at that, this one too. No problem, rolls down beautifully. Doesn't go down all the way, that's not surprising. That's when they started that. Yeah, a little bit hot, eh?
Yeah, not at the speed that we won't get anywhere.
Yeah, just gliding along, eh?
The belts?
Nah.
You got the belt. It's stuck into the seat on your right, I think. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is stuck in the seat, actually.
You have to go around this post.
Oh, yeah.
And then around again. Because they blocked Sherbrooke Street, I think.
It's cavernous. This is, by the way, guys, the Notre Dame de Grâce sector of the city. I used to live here. Oh yeah, this wonderful road here, eh?
Yeah.
Just go all the way to the end, turn left, go down, and you can go through Montreal west maybe or something.
So Ed, when was the last time you rode in here?
Oh, it's a few years ago.
Yeah, yeah. So do you like use this car like once, twice a week, or
Not even that.
not even that, eh?
Particularly around this time, you know, with all the restrictions.
Yeah. I think Ed was telling me that, yeah.
When you go hiking, you might use it once every 2 weeks maybe, or...
Yeah. depends where the hike is.
Left here, I think. Signal left.
Oh, that guy's tripping out, man. He's tripping out. He's can't believe his eyes. Can't believe it. Oh, thank God for people who keep things. Seriously, I mean, what a disposable society. We have not improved at all. Just make cars as cheap as possible so nobody will care to keep for them in 5 to 10 years or more. Eh?
Yeah.
I mean, you could keep a new car, but people aren't interested in doing it.
Well, but that's the thing. Look at this old Corolla, for example.
That's a young kid.
That car is like 30 years old or more.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's a millennial that owns that.
but the funny
car.
thing is that you can't kill those cars, though. That's the thing. That's why there's still quite a few of them. Camrys, Tercels, especially Tercels.
Remember the guy with the 48 Plymouth, Fred? He used to live in the house that's here. We used to see. Remember the 48 Plymouth?
Yes.
Looks like there used to be a house there, actually.
And they sold the house. Some guy destroyed the house and then left it there. I don't understand.
And the daughter took the car, you said?
Yeah. Niece.
What was she going to do with it?
I guess store it.
Did
I
she,
mean, well, I think
know
she
the
knew.
significance
Yeah,
of
she
it?
did. She apparently knew, like, drove in it. She was young or something.
Yeah, Ed had even made a video of that. And he showed it to me. It was like, I don't know, over 10 years ago, I guess. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's pretty cool that you had the foresight to do that. Especially since the car is gone now. And it's funny because 41 Plymouths are very coveted. They're very sought after. I'm not exactly sure why that is.
It was a 48.
48?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was hard to find a car after the war because there was such a high demand because people had been stuck with the same car since before the war and even during the Depression. So there was a huge demand for new cars. Watch this. Whoa, jeez.
That was a high one. You almost have to crawl along.
Oh yeah. They're all huge, these things.
Milton, you want to tell my viewers how old you are again, please?
85.
85, eh? And to think that I thought it was a big deal when my grandfather kept his 77 Cougar for 20 years. And he replaced it with a Corolla like we just saw, actually. But it still ran like a top, you know. It was a 351 Windsor. It's like this engine. It's not killable, eh? And by the way, I have to reiterate that, you know, the difference between one of the many important differences of the cars today and these cars, that these cars, everything was made here in North America from all these different companies, if not General Motors. So that's a really big deal because people were proud of making things more back then and putting things together. And unfortunately, the unions helped. I'm not going to say destroy, but not help in the quality department on any American-made car in the 70s and up. I mean, look at Chrysler. Chrysler almost went out of business because the quality was so terrible. And this is what I have to take every day, this crap. Commuter train line.
You look to the right, follow the line of cars with the 20.
This place here, this is a really old used car dealer. I got a feeling this place has been there since the 50s. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure of it. Look at the bricks anyway on the walls there.
It's a multi-level garage too. You can drive up in like a ramp.
That's crazy. That's even more reason why it was probably
I've been in
from
there
the 50s.
once. The guy had a welder in there. He was welding something for me. Yeah, you got the green arrow. You're good.
What is that thing in the center above the? Is that a clock that's above the vent on top of the dash? Yeah, what is that?
That's for the tailgate. It tells you if it's open or not.
Oh.
And the tailgate button is electric. It's in here.
I see. I see. We're gonna go where to Norman? Okay.
Yeah, I guess you could take either Norman Road or keep going straight to Ville St. Pierre and then grab the 20 that way. Maybe go on Norman, turn to the right.
Yeah. There's a lot of traffic there in Ville St. Pierre. Right?
Yeah, go to the right and you can get to Norman.
This is going to make a beautiful video. Yeah, Ed was telling me earlier, Milton, that you used to have a 60 Ford Galaxy, eh?
61.
Oh, a 61. Oh, that's right. I remember. That's right. I sold you that ad, a frame for him.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Those were the good ones. The 60 models are rare. The 61s, there's more of.
Yeah, because you framed that ad, the 61 Galaxy.
I can't freaking believe the dashboard has no cracks, nothing. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
That's
it's kind of a hard plastic. I mean, it's got some cushion to it.
Yeah, but they all crack though.
Yeah.
But maybe you're right. Maybe it's because, is there a fabric on there, a vinyl or something? No. It's just plastic?
Yeah.
One of the things I love about these cars, I didn't mention before, I love the dash design though, with the big round gauges.
Exactly.
It's very simple, very easy to look at.
Yeah. Programmable AM/FM radio.
Original. Does it still work?
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. A lot of times those things broke. I used to live here back in the 90s.
Left here.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you go right, I don't think you'll be able to go completely. Yeah, the CN train line is right in front of us.
Here. No, straight.
Of course, when I lived here in the 90s with my mom, my brother, this was all a field. I think it used to be, was it Consumer Glass that used to be here, I think?
Some industrial thing. The land was all contaminated.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Built these houses here, and you're in the middle of nowhere with this. Kind of a suburban little community thing here.
You imagine if you go to like places like Caracas, Venezuela, the people are so poor and the gas is so cheap that there's like thousands of 70s American cars still driving around, you know that? But the difference is, unfortunately, is that, yeah, those people are not free like we are. I mean, they're just, their government's friggin' oil rich and all the people are dirt poor. I mean, that's too bad, you know? There's the CP train line overhead there that goes all the way to the US of A. And northbound, well, it goes to the train yard and...
This is an ancient passageway, this thing.
Yeah, they call it the Tunnel of Death. Tunnel de la Mort. Oh yeah, there's your seat. I didn't show the third seat, actually. I forgot to show that.
Body shop on Norman Road. They called Nettie or something, or was that? I think it might have been that one over there. I think it was this garage here. I usually take this road to test out the Corvair and test out the brakes.
See, you can't get this satisfying, comfortable feeling, relaxed feeling in these cars today. They're like claustrophobic hell, you know. Even the A-pillars are too thick. The posts and everything is usually, you know, discolored and everything. And you know, that Dodge Durango that I rented with Ben last week, I mean, it's fun. You know, it's a Hemi, it's a V8. It's smooth, it's powerful. But again, it's just, you know, the interiors, as usual, leave always something to be desired, you know. But again, I'm just, you know, like you guys, I'm a nostalgic. So, big ashtray there because everybody smoked back then. I'm sure nobody ever smoked in here, though, eh?
I keep it for small things, you know.
Yeah.
Coins for dropping in.
Sure.
Highways that
Just keep going into the end. You'll go left at the Highway 20.
Oh, yes.
Or what we could do to avoid any traffic and then is just go back on this road. You can turn right at this street and loop around again. Because the thing is, we'd have to, unless it depends if you want to go on the highway.
This one here.
Yeah, you can loop around that way.
Yeah, it's funny. I bring up that Dodge Durango, that I rented with Ben the other day, and that's the equivalent of this. You know, the SUVs, they took over the popularity of the full-size cars.
Or the minivans did. The minivans took over the station wagon.
Well, yeah, but especially the SUVs, because the SUVs were bigger, a lot of them, eh? You know, they still had big engines and, you know.
But then people went to SUVs after the minivan became uncool, so now nobody wants to be driving a minivan, so.
That's it.
Yeah. And
even though minivans are, you know, like a Dodge Caravan, I mean, they always sold the most because they perfected those. You know, they're the most comfortable and you know, reliable and stuff. So, but again, it's not a full-size car. This is a whole different animal. It's the thing. Oh, I love the sound of that engine and transmission on takeoff.
what's that?
Left here.
Yeah. We'll just stay on normal road. Not worry about Highway 20 and going up there.
Could be all tall.
At least this, nobody's on it next to the left.
Yeah, that's really something. I really wish I could meet more guys like you that again, that had the same vehicle. They're, you know, original owner for like the past 40 years, and but again, it's out. There are people like that out there, but not many at all. And it's that dedication to actually have your mind made up and say, you know what, I'm satisfied with this, and it'll stay.
But I think the Cutlass was the most popular car sold in North America, or at least the United States, I think.
No, in North America, for sure.
Yeah.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh.
Especially the two-door colonnade style Cutlass. We called it the Cutlass Supreme or Cutlass.
Well, that's the thing, you know. People were more economy conscious, but they still wanted a big enough car, but they didn't want to have a boat, you know, even though this is a boat, but at the time it was smaller, right?
Yeah.
So it fit the bill. I don't know why the Cutlass was more popular than the other ones, like the Le Mans, the Buick Century, and the Chevelle. They were popular than all that, more than all those cars. But you know, driving at a very, a steady speed like this, it's not fast at all. It's like speed limit. The fuel economy can't be too bad. I mean, I think if you're very gentle like this, it can't be atrocious, you know.
Well, with all the stopping and starting up again.
Yeah, it's starting and stopping. If you're coasting, it's okay.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, but you're not stomping on it at all, you know. Just go driving very, very conservatively, you know. But you're right, those 350s. I had a 70 Caprice, and yeah, definitely a thirsty motor, you know. I think to make things worse, I remember the catalytic was clogged on that car. It was up on a lift, and the thing had imploded. You could see that like blew up inside. That car at that time already had like 260,000 kilometers or something, and
But this was also the first year they had electronic ignition and also a car for unleaded fuel. They had put hardened valve seats in.
Yeah.
So you could run unleaded fuel, which was a big deal, and you had the electronic ignition. So you have to wait here.
Jesus, look at that. They even had an ashtray all the way at the tailgate there. That's crazy. Look at this guy. Where's he coming from?
Oh, he can't cross either.
Run, run!
Otherwise, we're right after him.
Seriously.
He's gotta move
Yeah,
to
it's
go
weird.
through that tunnel.
exactly.
It's so out.
Way to go.
I
You better
thought
pick
he
up the
was
pace.
going across this way.
It's so outdated.
Yeah. But I guess there's nothing they can do. They would have to blow that whole overpass out in order
It's
to
not.
fix it.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. You know?
No.
And there aren't many trains that use that line as much as they used
Oh,
to
yeah.
either. Mm.
It's definitely a bottleneck. So that's the one that goes down to the States?
Yeah, goes to Anganawagi, Chateauguay, Delson,
yeah.
Saint-Constant.
That's only freight, right?
No, there's commuter.
Oh, really?
Commuters come from downtown.
So then it's got to be used if it's a commuter line.
Yeah.
Watch out. No, just the wall was getting close.
Yeah.
Good brakes. Where was it again? You said, you know, back in the day was the furthest you guys drove with this again? I know you took a lot of trips.
California.
You did go to California. That's what I thought I remember.
Just follow there. Yeah.
Man, California, that's like 5 days, no?
Just go to the next stop sign and turn right. Yeah, just keep going straight there. Yeah, straight. Stop sign here. And you'll just loop around and then you get back up there.
See, ironically, we're on Milton Street. Here's the CN line. You know, sometimes when I'm in this area, I don't know whether I'm in Montreal West or Lachine.
So you go left and then stay to your right to get back on that thing. Yeah,
Straight ahead.
over there, yeah.
Ed, you sound like a driving instructor or
I know.
something. It's left, left!
And then to the right. Yeah. So they repaved this recently, which
Yeah.
is really good. This was a disaster. This thing was all smashed up.
I guess
And
the
then at the
trucks
top.
would help that.
Yeah, yeah. At the top you go left onto Westminster.
wouldn't be surprised if this place ended up being a condo one day. Really. Well, we got a lot of cars here, so business must be good. No cars that I like.
Yeah, to the right. This is Sherbrooke here.
Yeah, it's a good thing it's a GM, because if this had been a Chrysler product, you would have had, I think, maybe some difficulty getting some parts, some mechanical parts over the years. I've often heard that about Chrysler products. Yeah, not obvious. My brother got married in this church over here on the left. 2003.
This street here on the left. This street on the left.
Yeah, this way.
Yeah, so watch the cyclist coming.
What a beautiful ride. Kind of reminds me of the old classic buses. They just like that, like pillowy type of suspension. Just very wafting along there. Everything
Bounces there, though.
Yeah, no, some people don't like that. I love it. I was brought up into that. That's what we were used to, you know. But everything today is so hard, and yeah, it's just aggravating. They got city buses like as if they're sports cars or something.
You gonna stop here?
No, I think back down there, so.
You know, Ed, I never told you this, but there's, you know, this book I have from 1985 called Montreal Now and Then.
Oh, I think I have that book.
Yeah, and there's two pictures of Mount St. Stephen Street.
Yeah. Okay,
And
yeah.
so, you know, one is from whatever 100 years earlier, and the other one's from the 80s, and you could see that in the driveway there's like a, I don't know, 79 or 80 Pontiac Le Mans wagon with the fake wood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with the mags on it.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, right.
I'll definitely have to put a priority on uploading this, that's for sure. It doesn't get more special than this. I've seen a lot of cool things this year so far, but I think this is in a class of its own, really.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that just buy a car and it's, you know, they go on eBay, they buy it, they have it.
Yeah.
They don't know the history, but
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have something to keep something for 45 years or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I
Takes a
mean,
lot more effort than just buying something.
I mean, this is where I point the camera at me, because this camera is as old. This car is as old as I am. I mean, I'm 45. I'll be 46 in Christmas Eve. So it's we're almost the same age.
It's either park on the left, might be a spot there, or either there or here. Either way. This might be cooler here to get in this spot.
Right, yes.